Focus is not a skill, it's a decision. That's the truth nobody wants to hear, because it's easier to believe that some people are just born more disciplined, more motivated, more naturally locked in. But focus isn't about what you're born with, it's about what you decide. It's about drawing a line in the sand and saying, I will not move from this goal until it is done. You don't stumble into greatness. You decide your way into it. You carve your way into it with consistent, deliberate, focused action. People always say, I want to be successful, but then you look at their life and see no evidence of commitment. They start a goal on Monday, they quit by Thursday. They set 5 different priorities, chase 10 different dreams, and end up accomplishing nothing. Why? Because they never made the decision to focus. They never sat down and got real with themselves and said, this one thing right here, this is what I'm going to give everything to. Focus is ruthless. It's not soft, it's not kind, it's violent in the way it removes distractions and cuts away what doesn't matter. Focus isn't multitasking, it isn't trying to balance everything at once, it's saying no. No to comfort, no to everything that doesn't serve your mission. Focus doesn't care how you feel, it demands sacrifice. It demands that you show up every day when the world is tempting you to scroll, to quit, to settle. Focus isn't pretty, it's not glamorous, it's lonely, it's painful, it's waking up at 4 a.m. when nobody sees you, it's staying up until midnight perfecting your craft while everybody else is asleep. It's working on your vision when nobody's clapping, nobody's watching, and nobody's giving you credit. People think they lack motivation. No, they lack focus. Because when you're focused, you don't need someone hyping you up every morning. Your vision is your fuel. Your goals become the reason you push when everything in your body tells you to stop. Motivation fades, focus endures. Motivation is a spark. Focus is a fire that never goes out. And that fire, you build it by deciding that the dream matters more than the distraction, deciding that you don't care how long it takes, you're not quitting, deciding that you're not going to let this world pull you in 10 directions anymore. Let me tell you the truth, everyone you admire, everyone at the top, they didn't get there by accident. They got there because they made the decision to focus, day after day, year after year. They didn't get distracted by every new trend, every new opportunity, every shiny thing. They picked one lane and they ran it down until it opened. That's what focus does. It opens doors that staying busy never will. Some people are doing 1,000 things, but nothing's working. Why? Because scattered effort produces scattered results. But focused energy creates breakthroughs. You don't get focus from a YouTube video. You don't get it from reading a quote on Instagram. You get it from pain, from discipline, from commitment, from being tired of living below your potential. From getting sick of watching everyone else live your dream while you sit on the sidelines. That pain becomes your turning point. That's when you decide, when you stop playing and start focusing. You block out the noise, you narrow your vision, and you lock in. Focus is not just what you do, it becomes who you are. You stop giving attention to things that don't grow you. You stop tolerating energy that doesn't feed your purpose. Focus rewires your mind. It sharpens your habits. It breaks the chains of average living. Focus makes you dangerous because now nothing pulls you off course, nothing detours you. You've made the decision, and that decision becomes your power. Distractions are designed to destroy you, not slow you down, not pause your progress, destroy you. Every distraction is a thief wearing a mask, showing up dressed as entertainment, comfort, or rest, but it's there to steal your purpose, one scroll at a time. One text message, one gossip session, one meaningless conversation, and before you know it, your dreams are on hold, your goals are buried under wasted hours. You were built for greatness, but you're getting picked apart by things that don't even deserve your energy. People underestimate distractions. They think it's just a few minutes on my phone, or I'll get back to work after this. No, that few minutes turns into an hour, that I'll do it later turns into a week. Distractions don't announce themselves, they creep in. They wear your favorite clothes. They come through your friends, your phone, your habits. They show up every time you get close to a breakthrough. Right when you're about to lock in, distraction knocks. Every time, because it's not random, it's strategic. It's coming for you because you're carrying something heavy potential, purpose. Power and distraction is the enemy's way of making sure it never gets out into the world. Some people think the enemy of success is failure. No, failure teaches, failure builds. The real enemy is distraction, because distraction doesn't just slow progress, it erases it. It keeps you in the same place with the illusion that you're doing something. You're moving but not forward. You're busy but not effective. You're working but not winning. That's distraction. It fools you into thinking you've got time, that you can just turn the switch back on tomorrow. But you're losing more than time. You're losing momentum, rhythm, confidence. The deeper you go into distraction, the harder it is to hear your own voice. The vision fades, the urgency dies, the discipline weakens. People think focus is about willpower. It's not. It's about understanding the cost of distraction, what's at stake, because once you see that distraction isn't harmless, you stop playing with it, you stop letting it in. You stop justifying it. You start guarding your attention like your life depends on it, because it does. Your future depends on it. Your family depends on it. Your mental health depends on it. You can't build something powerful with a distracted mind. You can't become legendary with your phone glued to your hand. You can't elevate if every time you sit down to work you let the world pull you away. Success requires isolation, not from people, from nonsense. From noise, from addiction to instant gratification. The world is loud, your goals are quiet. If you don't silence the noise, you'll never hear the call, that calling you feel, that pull. It gets buried under notifications, under meaningless drama, under everything that's urgent but not important. You want freedom, eliminate distractions. You want clarity, eliminate distractions. You want peace, eliminate distractions. This isn't optional. This is the price. You can't hold on to both focus and distraction. One has to go. Every time you say yes to a distraction, you say no to your future. Every time you give your energy to something irrelevant, you rob your purpose, and purpose doesn't come back easy when you've ignored it for too long. You want to be different, then do what others won't. Put the phone down, shut the noise off, block the distractions, lock in so deep that even temptation can't find you. You weren't meant to live distracted. You were meant to live driven, but the world is betting that you won't, that you'll fold, that you'll scroll, that you'll give in like everybody else. But not you, not now, not anymore. You don't need more time, you need more focus. That's the truth that cuts through every excuse, every delay, every "I'm too busy" lie you've been telling yourself. Everybody gets the same 24 hours. The billionaires, the athletes, the legends, the people living their dream. You think they've got more time than you know. They've got more focus. While you're trying to balance 5 things, they're mastering one. While you're trying to fit your dreams around your distractions, they're fitting their entire life around the mission. Time is not the issue. The issue is how you use it. The issue is you're spending hours on things that don't move the needle. You're giving your best energy to your worst priorities. You wake up and check your phone before you check your goal. You scroll through everybody else's life before you even step into your own. You binge shows like you're caught up on your dream. You hang with people who aren't going anywhere and then wonder why you feel stuck. You don't need another hour in the day. You need to take your power back from the things that are wasting the hours you already have. Focus is the great multiplier. It turns 1 hour of locked-in work into 10 hours of distracted effort. But most people don't work, they dabble, they try, they test, they hope. But when was the last time you sat down with no distractions and went all in? No music, no notifications, no background noise. Just you, your goal, and the grind. That's the type of focus that builds empires. That's the type of focus that makes people ask, how did you do it? And you know what the answer is. You cut everything else off. You got sick of wasting time and made the decision to value your future more than your comfort. People love to say they're overwhelmed, but often you're not overwhelmed, you're overcommitted to things that don't matter. You said yes to everyone else's problems. You said yes to entertainment, to mindless scrolling, to things that give you temporary relief but permanent regret. And now you're looking at your goals wondering why nothing's happening. It's because your focus is fractured, your energy is split. You're trying to chase your vision with your attention scattered across 100 different directions. That's not ambition, that's self-sabotage. You want to do everything, but you haven't done anything with full intensity yet. The truth is, if you can focus, you can win. That's it. The world doesn't reward the most talented, it rewards the most committed. The most focused, the ones who can look at a distraction and say, not today. The ones who can work without applause, train without attention, grind without validation. That kind of focus is rare, and that's why success is rare. But it's not unreachable, it's not impossible. It's just on the other side of discipline, and discipline starts with a decision. A decision to take every hour seriously. A decision to stop wasting your life waiting for the perfect time, the perfect mood, the perfect setup. You've already got what you need now, you just need to focus like it matters. Because it does. You don't rise when the opportunity comes. You rise when you prepare for it. And preparation doesn't happen in chaos, it happens in focus. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you move different. That's how you finally break out of that cycle of almost making it, almost starting, almost becoming the person you're supposed to be. There's no more almost when you learn how to focus. There's only now. There's only execution. There's only the work. And the truth is, if you really look at your day, your time, your habits, you'll see the problem wasn't time. It never was. Obsess or be average, that's the line right there. You either get consumed by the mission or you get crushed by mediocrity. There is no middle ground. The people who win, the ones you admire, the ones changing the game, they're not casual about it. They're obsessed. They don't kinda want it. They need it like they need air. Like they can't sleep without progress. Like their whole identity is wrapped up in one thought. I will not lose. And until you reach that level of intensity, that level of emotional fire, you're just playing. Obsession gets a bad reputation because weak people are uncomfortable around strong focus. They'll tell you to chill, to slow down, to be more balanced, but they don't understand what it takes. They don't know what it means to put everything on the line. They don't understand that being average is painful, that ignoring your calling hurts more than any sacrifice obsession ever asked for. Because here's the truth, average people want you to be average with them. It makes them feel better, but your purpose, it's allergic to average. Your potential, it dies in environments where obsession is mocked and laziness is normalized. If you're not obsessed, you will be replaced by someone who is. There's always someone hungrier than you, someone staying up later, studying harder, training more, skipping parties, sacrificing comfort not because they have to, but because they're obsessed with being great. While you're debating whether or not you feel like it today, they already lapped you. You don't become elite by doing what's convenient. You become elite by doing what's necessary every single day, with tunnel vision, with heart, with fire. That's obsession. That's what it takes. Some people want to fit and obsessed people want to stand out. They want to dominate their space, own their field, be the first one in and the last one out. Not because someone is watching, but because they know that's the only way to win. Obsession isn't something you turn on when it's convenient. It's who you become. It's how you move, how you talk, how you think. Everything you do lines up with the mission, and if it doesn't align, it gets cut. Period. Obsessed people don't wait for motivation. They don't wait to feel good. They don't need perfect conditions. They create energy. They create urgency. They create momentum because they've made up their mind. And once you've made up your mind, the universe can't stop you. The distractions can't hold you. The setbacks can't break you. You wake up every day on a mission, and that mission becomes the reason you say no to anything that doesn't get you closer to the goal. People think obsession is unhealthy. You know what's unhealthy: settling, shrinking, waking up at 40 or 50 or 60 and realizing you wasted your best years pretending to be okay with average. That's unhealthy. That's soul-crushing. Obsession builds, obsession transforms. It turns regular people into legends, but it's uncomfortable. It's lonely. It demands sacrifice. You'll lose friends. You'll be misunderstood. People will call you crazy, arrogant, too intense. Let them talk, because while they talk, you build. While they doubt, you execute. While they settle, you rise. You don't have to explain your obsession. Your results will speak loud enough. Focus is painful because it requires sacrifice. That's the part nobody wants to talk about. Everybody loves the highlight reel, the success stories, the glow up, but they don't want to hear about the nights you cry yourself to sleep because you're grinding alone. They don't want to hear about missing parties, cutting off friendships, turning down comfort so you can chase the vision. But that's what real focus demands: pain, not because life is cruel, but because purpose isn't cheap. If it were easy, everyone would be living their dream, but it's not. That's why so many people quit, because they thought focus would feel good. It doesn't. It rips things out of your life that can't go where you're going. Focus forces you to confront everything you've been running from. It exposes your weaknesses. It puts a mirror in your face and says, you've been wasting time. And that hurts, because deep down you know you could be further. You know you could be better. But every day you choose distraction over discipline, comfort over calling, and then you wonder why nothing changes. Focus doesn't just highlight what you should do, it shines a light on everything you have to let go. And that's where the pain comes in, because letting go is hard. Letting go of habits, of people, of old versions of yourself, that's real sacrifice. But without that sacrifice, you stay stuck. You stay comfortable. You stay average, because focus can't exist in a life filled with clutter. You want next level success. You gotta clear space for it. You gotta delete distractions, block out the noise, starve the part of you that wants to quit, and feed the part of you that's starving for purpose. That's not comfortable. That's not easy, but that's what it takes. You don't get to have it both ways. You can't hold on to comfort and chase greatness. One has to die, and the one you feed is the one that wins. You think the pain of focus is too much. Try the pain of regret. Try waking up 5 years from now in the same place, with the same dream, still telling yourself the same story. That's pain. That's torture. But if you focus now, if you lock in and pay the price up front, that pain becomes power. That sacrifice becomes strength, because while everyone else is quitting, you're building. While they're chilling, you're grinding. And every tear, every lonely hour, every no you say to things you used to love, it all adds up. That's the tax you pay to be great. That's the price tag of legacy. Nobody's going to hand you your dream. Nobody's going to wake you up and force you to focus. It's on you. That's the painful truth. Nobody is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. You have to make the decision to let go of everything that's in the way, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. The people who make it aren't the ones with the most time or the most talent. They're the ones who are willing to bleed for their vision. They're the ones who don't need applause, don't need permission, don't need perfect conditions. They just show up, focused and relentless day after day, not because it feels good, but because they know it's worth it, because they know what's on the other side of the pain is something bigger than comfort. It's purpose. Your focus creates your future. That's the raw, unfiltered truth. Where your attention goes, your life follows. You want to know where you're going to be 5 years from now. Look at what you're focused on today. Not what you say you're focused on, what you're actually pouring your time, energy, thoughts, and effort into. That's what's shaping your future, brick by brick, hour by hour. Most people think the future just happens. They think success shows up out of nowhere, like some magical reward for being a good person, but that's not how it works. Success is the result of obsession, level focus, locked in consistently, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when nobody's clapping. Focus is the construction crew building your destiny. Every time you get clear on the goal and block out the distractions, you're laying down the foundation of the life you want. But every time you let the world pull your attention in 100 different directions, you're building someone else's dream, not yours. The truth is, the future isn't something that happens later. It's being written right now. In how you spend your mornings, in what you do with your weekends, in what you say yes to, and what you're strong enough to say no to. You can dream all you want, but if your focus doesn't match your vision, it's just fantasy. You don't get what you want, you get what you're focused on. People say they want to be great, they want to be rich, they want to be legendary, but their focus is all over the place. 1 minute they're locked in, the next they're lost in drama, in entertainment, in comfort. That kind of scattered focus doesn't build legacies, it builds frustration, it builds disappointment. If you want to change your life, you don't need a new year, you don't need a new environment, you need a new level of focus. Ruthless focus, laser, beam focus, focus that makes people uncomfortable because that's what it takes. Look at the people at the top, the ones doing what you wish you were doing. They didn't get there by accident. They weren't lucky, they were focused. When you were out relaxing, they were refining. When you were complaining, they were creating. When you were making excuses, they were making moves. Their future is what their focus built. And the good news is, you've got the same power, you've got the same 24 hours. The only question is, what are you doing with them? Are you feeding your future or starving it? Are you moving with purpose or just surviving another day? Your future isn't built in some big dramatic moment. It's built in quiet, focused hours that nobody sees. It's built when you show up and do the work even when you're tired, even when it's boring, even when your friends are out having fun. It's built in every decision where you choose discipline over distraction, growth over comfort. The future you want, the dream, the vision, the life you keep seeing in your head, it's already waiting for you. But it's not waiting for the distracted version of you. It's waiting for the focused one, the version that's serious, the version that shows up when it's hard, the version that doesn't need hype, just a reason. And you've already got that. You've got the reason, you've got the dream. Now you just need the focus to match it.